I think what's interesting is what the CEO said was basically what should be true for all of us, which is everybody gets treated equally and everybody gets treated with respect. Nobody's better or special because of how they identify themselves, and we all can shop at Walmart.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, it just sounds like the way you normally treat people. If you're a normal person, you just kind of go about your business. Now, we all have red lines, right? Like, don't sexualize children. That should be very clear. These are the types of things that are changing, is no more racial discrimination through DEI programs that explicitly have ended up discriminating against white people in many cases across many of these companies, or sexualizing kids by selling products that are inappropriate, or, you know, funding things like drag events where children are exposed to extremely inappropriate sexual conduct. I think all of these things are common sense that we're asking for. We're not actually asking companies to adopt my politics or the Republican Party's politics. We're just asking for neutrality and taking divisive issues out of the workplace so that people can just work again, and customers don't have to wonder or worry that the money they spend at companies is going to be turned around and spent on priorities and on social causes that they're vehemently opposed to.
I understand that. And look, it's an enormous amount of money, right? With Walmart, $100 million committed to the Center for Racial Equity, $80 million invested in various DEI-related programs and initiatives. There's big money in DEI. The Human Rights Campaign, which I know is an organization you've targeted, said, tell corporate America Robby Starbuck is an extremist troll and dropping inclusivity initiatives is not okay. Ford, Molson Coors, and Lowe's are a handful of companies that have cowardly succumbed to these anti-business demands. We will send your message to stand by LGBTQ plus workers to their corporate executives. This is what I think is interesting, because when you went after Tractor Supply in the very beginning, we followed it and covered it. It took a long time. You exposed what they were doing. You went through each one of their programs, on and on and on and on. Then they caved. And now you basically put on Twitter last night, hey, we went to Walmart, we told them we had all the goods of what they were doing with DEI, and they proactively caved and put their CEO on CBS Mornings to sort of do a mea culpa. To me, it exposes, and I'll let you get the last word, to me it exposes this concept that they didn't really believe this at all, right? There's none of these CEOs and companies that are coming back to you and say, you know what, Robby, DEI and inclusion and spending money on this is what we believe in. Our customers demand it. And you, Robby, and all your followers on Twitter can go pound sand.
Well, before we get to that, because that's actually, it's a little different than you would expect, I just want to point out the HRC statement calling me an extremist. We're talking about a group, the HRC, who believes that children should be allowed to get sex changes. Okay, so
no, we've done a lot on HRC. We're with you on that.
The extremists define themselves. But yes, when it comes to the CEOs, actually, a few have tried to dig in privately. I keep all off-the-record calls with CEOs private, but I will say some have tried to dig in. And in those cases, those are some that have gone on for 2-3 weeks. And then the market comes and brings pressure to bear that those CEOs cannot stand tall with. So they end up falling in every case. We have a 100% success rate. So whether they do or not, I will say this, companies have tried every different type of tactic to deal with us, and they've failed on every front. So now we've gotten to the point where companies are working with us from the outset when we reach out to them, like Toyota just did, like Walmart just did. Companies are seeing the wisdom in that, and I think they're very smart for doing so.
Well, to a certain extent, probably there's a number of these CEOs who feel set free, right? Because they were kind of held hostage by these groups. The Human Rights Campaign top sponsors: Accenture, Amazon, Apple, American Airlines, CVS, Google, JP Morgan, Lyft, Macy's, Marriott, Match, Microsoft, Morgan Stanley, Nationwide, Pfizer, and the Walt Disney Company. Are any of these next?
There's certainly some that are on our list. I mean, one of the ones that they shouted out at their recent gala was Lexus, owned by Toyota. And so I picked that out of a hat, essentially, and said, well, that's going to be next. And we got Toyota to flip. So they're losing sponsors every day, essentially. I mean, they're losing support all the time. And I think the HRC is going to have a very difficult time operating over the next 4 years.
So I got in a fight on radio on your behalf, because I do a radio hit every day in Chicago about an hour before the show. And somebody kept saying to me that I don't want to do away with equality. And I said, well, equity and equality are two very different things. Equality is equality of outcome. Equity is equality of outcome. And equality is equality of choice, of chance, of opportunity. Is this just going to come back with different definitions?
Well, if it does, I think the companies are aware of the consequences of what that'll look like. And we've been very clear about that in our conversations with companies that, look, we're wise to all of the new terms. We're wise to all the ways they'll try to shift this. And if you go that route, we're going to do the same thing, but it's going to be much worse the second time.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.